Why hasn't she woken up yet? The cryogenic pod should have preserved her body perfectly. According to the consciousness chip management log, her consciousness hasn't been activated since its upload. There are no traces of any edits, either. Wait. I clearly received her distress signal. If her consciousness never activated, then where did that signal come from? What am I missing? There must be something wrong.
Greetings, Master. The diplomatic representative and Shirley have arrived.
They should be in talks about the upcoming negotiations right now. Why are they here? I'll go out and see them. You stay and keep watch. Welcome. What can I do for you?
We wanted to come offer our condolences to Miss Aglaia.
I'm sorry, but my aunt hasn't recovered yet, so she can't meet with you both at the moment. I'll be sure to pass along your concern and polite greeting.
If you're worried about the feud between Bagus and me, I can plainly tell you that after what happened with Rafa, I've confirmed Aglaia isn't the person I'm looking for.
And have you figured out who this Bagus is?
Not yet. I only know this person is Rafa's associate. And both serve an organization called the Servant, an influential group tied to the Ark Space Station in a scheme from 50 years ago. When I was in prison, I mistakenly thought you were working with them and mentioned the source code. You thought I was just lying to throw you off. They hurt my friends just to seize the source code and carry out their plan. What's worse, they even hurt your Aunt Aglaia for it.
You've got my attention.
He really does care about Grey Fox. If I can make him believe that the ones threatening her safety are the servants, he'll definitely help me. The servants are a bunch of madmen. They believe there's a master in the world, and their goal is to usher this so-called master into Ida. Rafa said before his suicide that he was a member of the Servant. If you don't believe me, you can confirm it with Veronica. Rafa was likely stalling for his associates during negotiations with Ida's High Crows, to give them time, of course, to steal some technical secrets.
By technical secrets, do you mean the source code?
Not only that, but I suspect they also stole the Omnium technology used to transform Sam into Gestos. Their goal is to upgrade Lana in the same way.
And you think Lana disappeared because she became a new dimensional quantum supercomputer, controlled by these so-called servants you mentioned?
Can you think of any more plausible explanation for Lana's lack of computational power?
What's the purpose? To upgrade her and then make her disappear from all of Kailo? That's just too strange. Unless... What exactly do you mean by welcome the Master?
That depends. How much do you know about the Cataclysm? Or rather, how much has Asurata told you?
Huh. The Ark space station was originally constructed to escape a disaster that would destroy humanity. The Federation caused it with secret Omnium experiments. Asurata never touched on the specifics of the experiments. He said it was beyond humanity, something he had to take to his grave. So I figured it must be related to the Omnium explosion. To most Kailians, myself included, Hykros, your organization, is responsible for all of this.
But what if I told you that it's really the servant pulling the strings?
You're saying there's this mysterious organization hiding behind the Federation and Hykros, secretly plotting a massive conspiracy for the past 50 years to... what? Exterminate humanity?
To them, this isn't extermination. It's evolution. As I've said, they're insane. You didn't question or contradict me like usual. You've just been listening patiently. Is it because Aglaia still hasn't woken up? Or she can't?
If what you say about the Servant and these conspiracies is true, it sounds like Hykros knows a lot about them. How can I be sure you're not involved in this?
I'm not here today as a diplomatic representative. I'm here as a collaborator. I know about Aglaia because I've been in the same boat. Once consciousness is uploaded, the servants can implant a virus into its data source. My friends and I have encountered this before. Also, Nem recovered previously destroyed shards from Helix Bio's archive. They show that Aglaia's consciousness was once merged with Lana's code.
Did you see the same virus code?
He's starting to believe me. When my consciousness was uploaded, Bagus implanted a virus in it called Gungnir. That's why I went to Odin's tavern to find him, and that's how you know about our feud. The creator of the virus must be well aware of Aglaia's ties to the tavern, and deliberately sowed misunderstandings between us to buy more time for their plan. If you keep prying, they'll only get closer to succeeding. No one knows what state Aglaia's consciousness is in right now. The longer we delay, the dimmer our chances become.
You came to me with this. What do you want?
You might not believe it, but to me, Aglaia and Asurata are like friends. Even though they don't know me, I feel like I know them from history. The ones who hurt Aglaia and the ones who hurt my friend are servants. We were the two most likely to team up, which is exactly why the servants are trying to sow discord between us. After lying low beside Rafa for so long, you should be well aware of his tactics to divide and conquer. Against such an opponent, our only chance of victory is to unite. So, I'm going to tell you everything I know now, in hopes you'll help me identify the servants hiding in Kailo. Together, we'll find a way to rescue Aglaia. I can give you some time to think, but not much. I'll be on my way now. You know where to find me.
Those words sound eerily familiar. I didn't expect to be on the receiving end so soon. My aunt still hasn't woken. According to Helix Bio's consciousness chip management log, her consciousness hasn't been activated since it was implanted. I considered using your arrest as an opportunity to get rid of you, but after that distress signal, I decided to help you out. But now it seems that the one who sent the distress signal wasn't the consciousness preserved by Helix Bio. It was the consciousness embedded in Lana.
That gives us even less time. Lana has already escaped and is about to complete her upgrade. If we can't stop her in time, not just Aglaia, but the entirety of Kailo will...
What exactly are the servants trying to accomplish? They upgrade Lana, but leave Kailo. It makes no sense. There must be something else. You mentioned a master. What exactly does that mean?
50 years ago, the Federation and Hykros planned to end the disaster through Gesthos. But the Servant intervened, trying to twist the plan to open another space and summon their so-called master. In the end, their plan failed. The cataclysm occurred. Ida fell apart, and the Kailo space station was lost somewhere in this universe. Of course they'd want to retry.
And they need a dimensional quantum supercomputer for that to work. That's why they're upgrading Lana. What if they succeed this time around?
There's no way of knowing. But if they fail, Kailo will be plunged into another cataclysm. And the instability of the space-time turbulence will only increase those chances.
Everything you said sounds reasonable, but isn't it all just speculation? The servants have supposedly existed in Kailo all this time. Lana has been supposedly upgraded. Where's your evidence? Even if everything you say is true, it's not just me. Even Asurada was in the dark about these servants before his death. I don't see how I can help.
You've been shadowing Rafa for so many years, yet you never knew he was a servant. Naturally, those clues wouldn't jump out at you. I've told you everything I know about the servant. Over the decades of conflict between Apex and Anchor Infinity you've witnessed, you surely have a lot of information that could come in handy. Nem is searching Anchor Infinity's servers for any clues the servants may have left. You have an independently operated Apex server. It might host your evidence.
Give me some time. I need to re-examine some files and re-interrogate the people Anchor Infinity left behind. And if we're really going to pull this off, you'll need Veronica too.
Plotty has already gone to find her. As for the documents, I'll have Nem grant you the appropriate access permissions.
Do you really think Helix Bio only made that body for Rafa? Surely there are other lunatics who are unwilling to die.
You're a lousy opponent. But when we're on the same side, you're not so bad. According to Hykros' calculations and Nem's investigation, if the servants are operating exactly according to plan, They've sent Lana to planet Noah. It might be best to start there.
Last night was productive, but we've got good news and bad news. Meet me at the fleet. Everyone else is already here.
Why are Linsis and Helene here too?
Don't just dismiss us. You'll need our help to get to planet Noah.
You know about that? And you... Wait. You know how to get there?
Planet Noah is surrounded by space-time turbulence, and Lana controls the only Nova path. It's impossible for us to reroute it in such a short time.
But Linsis and Helene might have a way?
Granny Lola left me, among other things, several Nova path charts designated for Helene. One of them has been confirmed to be the route leading to planet Noah.
I can't believe Granny Lola left something like this behind. But where did these charts come from? The Icarus Legion?
They're from Carrot's parents, Robert and Julia. They gave the navigation charts to Granny Lola about 10 years ago, but unfortunately, we still can't determine the exact cartographer.
The schematics are outdated and missing some details, and with the space-time turbulence around planet Noah being especially unstable, relying on this chart alone is very dangerous.
My Black Moon gang will be our navigators. I'm hoping planet Noah's space-time turbulence is a bit more manageable.
Manageable? Alright, thanks for your help. All you need to do is get us to planet Noah safely, then stay on the spaceship while we handle the exploration.
We'll also be using the Abyss Current detection device Plotty gave us to determine how similar the properties of the Abyss Current and space-time turbulence are.
Where is Plotty, by the way?
Brevi arrived with Hycros' delegation. They're being escorted by Hipper and Aster to various coordinates to study space-time turbulence. Plotty is with them. Plotty believes studying Kailo's current cosmic environment is equally as important. She says she trusts you, so she won't be in attendance.
Based on yesterday's conversation, Plotty's probably hesitant to trust anyone in the delegation. She's likely reassigned them and is keeping an eye on this whole meeting. Understood. Now that we have a way to reach planet Noah, our biggest problem is solved. Before we set off, let's summarize last night's revelations.
The situation on planet Noah is worse than we imagined. I audited the production and transportation records for the 5 major mines, primarily Ore Zero, over the past 20 years. Considering the difficulty of developing planet Noah, its energy consumption is alarmingly low. This suggests that the habitat construction on planet Noah is far from completion, if it exists at all. On top of that, Lana's cargo spaceships are inefficient at moving non-energy supplies. On average, each spaceship fills at most 1/3 of its cargo hold with supplies bound for planet Noah.
Does that mean the spaceship's not fully loaded? Or that they're carrying unrecorded cargo?
Based on energy consumption and the presence of cryogenic agents, it's likely a cryogenic device. Based on Helix Bio's executive's testimony, they're likely biosynthetic materials that require preservation.
Did Helix Bio manufacture a lot of biosynthetics on planet Noah?
During questioning, Helix Bio's CEO said producing biosynthetics is difficult. Each one is tailor-made. Rafa is still searching for a way to mass-produce them. To that end, Helix Bio sent numerous researchers and machines to planet Noah. While their supplies and energy are insufficient to build new habitats, they're more than enough to build laboratories.
So, you're saying there are still some Helix Bio scientists on planet Noah, and the construction of the third city is just a facade for Rafa's personal labs?
Based on our current evidence, that's the only explanation.
What about the servants? This all sounds like Rafa is just trying to achieve personal immortality. So, why is he so concerned about upgrading Lana? Why did his consciousness commit suicide? While what Helix Bio said must be true, that can't be the whole story. The servants controlled too much through Lana. So many resources are now beyond human control. Before we set off, let's summarize last night's revelations.
The servants have long existed in Kailo, transient as ghosts and insidious as mold. Yet somehow, we can't find any concrete information on them. No member lists, no activity records. Plotty showed me some materials. The only clue linking the servant to Kailo is this symbol.
I've seen this symbol before. You found this in Kailo?
I found this in some old Hope Fleet documentation and devices. Nanto also found it in some top-secret Anchor Infinity files. That's all we've got. If the servant really existed, it appears that all its members aside from Rafa died in the explosion 50 years ago.
They've always been good at hiding. We haven't been looking long enough to find much. But at least this confirms part of mine and Plotty's perspective. Before we set off, let's summarize last night's revelations.
Nem discovered a servant-related symbol in Lana's consciousness management system, an electronic seal in the system protocol. We then re-examined the consciousness chip retrieved by Nanto. We found that the consciousness within the chip had not only been edited, but fragmented.
Fragmented? Can a human's consciousness be fragmented?
That's not entirely accurate, just a simplification. In any case, the files on the consciousness chip are incomplete. The rest may still be in Lana's code.
Lana is probably hiding on planet Noah. Did we find anything on that?
There's a special connection among the dimensional quantum supercomputers. Nem detected an abnormal concentration of omnium near planet Noah. Maybe some sort of targeted taunt from Lana.
Does this mean that Lana's upgrade was successful?
That's right. Furthermore, the anomalies in omnium activity strongly suggest the presence of a Tower of Fantasy. It may have just activated, or it could be gearing up for mass omnium consumption.
Before we set off, let's summarize last night's revelations. While everything aligns with my theory about the servant, That's still not enough to prove it.
We don't have any more time for proof. Even if your guess has only a 1 in 10,000 chance, Kailo can't afford that outcome.
Either way, as long as we go to Planet Noah, everything will come to light. If we're wrong, at least we can rule out one possibility.
Crossing space-time turbulence requires a lot of computational power. So this time, Nem will stay in Kailo to ensure everything runs smoothly. She'll monitor for servants. Whatever the servants are planning, it has to revolve around upgrading Lana. If we can shut Lana down, we'll shatter the most critical part of their plan. But remember, Lana's code still contains Aglaya's consciousness, so we have to ensure it remains intact. Therefore, our objective is to either destroy her server or cut off its power supply.
Yes,
Let's go!
Is that Planet Noah coming in view?
This is also the largest astral hive habitat on Kailo.
Landing. Checking space support system.
Are there really this many people living on planet Noah?
Are these Helix bioscientists?
I've seen the photos in their archives. None of these people are in them. Be careful. Something's not right here.
Hello. You must be Planet Noah's first group of immigrants. Welcome. We're glad you've joined us.
You are...
I'm Elizabeth, from the Planet Noah Migration Plan's Housekeeping Division. We're responsible for receiving the lucky immigrants. You must be tired from your journey. Would you like a rest?
We're not here to play games. Who are you, really?
We are the Master's servants.
Are you the servants?
Long time no see, researcher.
Bagus!
Should I still call you Authorizer?
Or perhaps diplomatic representative?
Who are you? Really?
I am Bagus. I am Rafa. I am Tom. The one you meet in every corner of Kailo. The servant behind the scenes. I've been watching you since the instant you crossed into Kailo. But you never once looked me in the eye. You sought out Void Piercer to shut me out, conspired with others to overthrow me, and even shot me. It really hurts.
It was never Rafa using Lana. It was Lana using Rafa?
The General's intuition has always been so keen. A small correction. I didn't use Rafa. He volunteered.
It was you who impersonated my aunt? You who harmed the diplomatic representative's friends?
You've got it all wrong. I have always been Bagus. It's Aglaya who's been using my name. If only a soul as beautiful as hers would join me as a servant. It's a shame that she'd rather shatter her own consciousness than join me.
You possess her consciousness fragments? Hand them over, now!
Authorizer. I think it's better to call you that. That's how I addressed you when we first met, after all. It reminds me of our source code sharing.
What a load of crap!
You're really cold-blooded, you know that? We've known each other since the network. Are we not old friends? I've got such an exciting journey for you. And by its end, you'll be begging to join me. With you by our side, we can usher in true evolution. I designed this journey just for you, Authorizer. Everyone else will get in your way.
Join us. Let's evolve together.
Join us. Let's evolve together.
The moment I laid eyes on them, I sensed something was off. Turns out I was right.
Do you immediately assume there's something wrong with everyone?
At least he was right this time. They're clearly being controlled by Lana. Or rather, Bagus. They have neck marks identical to those on Rafa's body, left from biosynthetic splicing.
So, this is the Bagus the diplomatic representative has been looking for, right? What connects Lana, Rafa, and Bagus?
I think Rafa obeyed Lana right up until his self-destruction. During Rafa's negotiations with Hykros, Lana, posing as Bagus, stole the technical files she used to modify herself.
Or could Bagus have been controlling both Lana and Rafa? He might have faked his own death, uploaded his consciousness, and secretly puppeted her.
That doesn't add up. Bagus's time of death was 2666, while Lana first appeared in 2667. There's no way Bagus could have manipulated Lana before that.
The real Bagus was just the owner of Odin's Tavern in Hesperia 50 years ago. He was invited to the Ark space station by the Todd family. Right now, we can't prove he was connected to the Servant. Whether or not he's a servant, Rafa and Lana, who control Kailo, are more than enough to get the job done.
In any case, this proves Lana betrayed her creator. Perhaps it's because my aunt has been exerting control over her that Lana took away a part of her consciousness.
Isn't there something else that seems strange to you? Does Planet Noah really have to be this prepared for immigrants, to the point of creating this registration hub and these biosynthetics?
That's definitely suspicious. I thought the migration plan was just a bluff Rafa pulled out to scare us. But looking at everything here, it doesn't look fake. Lana or the Servant. What exactly do they intend to do on Planet Noah?
They disguise themselves as humans, posing as migration reception staff. They're much like pirate scams, luring miners into their private mines for forced labor.
This isn't the sort of place for manual labor. Anchor Infinity's various secret operations here are all carried out by Lana's droids. Except for the Helix bioscientists, of course.
Lana said she's Bagus, which at least confirms that our decision to come here was the right one. She also mentioned waiting for Authorizer. Perhaps that's the only way we'll get answers.
Shirley is right. Lana is now the core of the Servant's operations. If we just keep following our plan, we'll get results. We don't have a map of planet Noah right now. If we want to locate Lana's server and its energy source efficiently, the fastest way is to split up and scout the planet's surface.
I can send 6 spots on planet Noah with marked omnium fluctuations, but my aberration perception is still a little lacking. For now, I only have a rough sense of their direction.
Exploring unknown surfaces is the fleet's specialty, General. I request command of the surface exploration operation on planet Noah.
Alexander is my most trusted officer. He's carried out dozens of interstellar explorations in the past and has experience fighting xenoids. The crew trusts him just as much as I do. Please have Miss Shirley relay her directions to Alexander. He'll organize an efficient exploration. If he finds anything, they'll be notified immediately.
We've verified that the Abyss Current Detection device can evade space-time turbulence. You should take it with you during your exploration, just in case the Xenoids try to launch a sneak attack.
Thanks for the concern.
Plotty only sent a few Abyss Current detectors. I can act similarly to the crew, so we'll go out as a team to explore.
Brink and the others are injured. I need to get them healed up before we go. I'll have others continue protecting you. Please, wait here.
Time's short, and I won't waste it waiting for reinforcements. Our forces are sufficient. Gather your troops and finish surface exploration of the remaining 5 sites.
Aye. Please be careful, General. We'll head out first.
Shirley, we don't know anything about this place, so you've got to be our eyes. Where to next?
Of the 6 anomalies, the one I find the oddest is this one. Follow me.
This path is treacherous. It's safer to pilot a mecha.
According to our intel, up ahead lies Chittering Valley, one of the most important habitats for planet Noah's xenoids. This is a nesting area. To protect their larvae, the xenoids are extremely aggressive. Be careful. Don't provoke them.
This looks like a warehouse. Why would there be omnium fluctuations here?
When we first arrived on planet Noah, there wasn't anything remarkable here. And strangely, after Bagus vanished, the omnium fluctuations stopped too.
What do you mean by stopped?
Omnium fluctuations indicate omnium use. Likely a device powered by it is currently active. If the fluctuations stop, it means the local energy has been cut off or the device has been shut down.
Huh. These droids were once operational, but now they've been shut down?
Or maybe they aren't droids at all. It's something else.
What did you see?
The construction and terraforming plan for Planet Noah began in the year 2677, under Apex. They manufactured all of the planet's initial droids. The droids here vary in model. The oldest are the batch Apex sent, while the newest, the RoboCore Mecha, are still in testing. This is likely a warehouse meant to store scrap droids. A good place for secrets.
Let's split up and search. Shirley and I will investigate the droids here. You guys comb the rest of the warehouse. There's a nameplate. The manufacturing date is January 2679. The rest of the text is worn, but it has the Apex logo. It obviously hasn't been activated in a while. Not what we were looking for.
The operation logs of these mecha units indicate that they were last activated 3 days ago. But they appear to have been severely damaged in Xenoids battles and show no further signs of activation.
Seems like there aren't any of the biosynthetic ones we've come across. Let's check out the other droids.
We found something. Come check it out.
This room is Lana's server?
We can't rule that out. This room is code protected. I got into here with an old Apex password.
So, this server, is it Apex's?